Hi everybody! Holy cow, it has been such a long time since I've done another YouTube video. So I finally have a setup and a planner that I'm really loving. So I really wanted to come and share it with you guys and just show you what I'm doing. It's gonna be a lot different than what you've seen from me before. So in the past, I think my last video I was in personal wide rings, and I was using sticker kits and things like that. And in the past couple of weeks, actually a couple of months, I've just changed a lot. I am currently 6 months pregnant. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you may not know that. But yeah, we are having a baby, and so with that, a lot of things just feel a lot different for me. After I got pregnant, I got really nauseous, and it's super weird, but my planner, like looking at it or thinking about using it, just really made me feel nauseous. So I didn't do anything for like 2 or 3 months at least. And so that's why I've been so not active, I guess, on here. But I finally have a setup and a planner that I really like. And I went back to a traveler's notebook. I know in my past videos I have said I would never ever go back to a TN, but I just really felt like right now it's what I needed and what I wanted. And I did miss the compactness of the traveler's notebook versus like the rings, because you don't have the ring mechanism that gets in the way. And obviously you can tell that this is not personal wide. I just found myself really disliking that size, and so it really caused a lot of like, I don't know what to call it, like not blockage, that's such a weird word, but just unhappiness, I guess, with my whole planner system. So I decided to go really small with the pocket size, and I am in love with it. I always thought that it would be way too small, like, and I was one of those people that was like, how in the world can anyone even plan in that? Like, what the heck? And so actually using it is a lot different, and it's been really awesome. So yeah, this video is going to be kind of chatty because I have a lot to catch you guys up on. If you're not interested in that, then you can just move on ahead. But I do have a lot to talk about, so if you want, just settle in, get a cozy drink, and we'll get started. So this is a used notebook. It's from an awesome lady on Instagram. I posted that I was looking for Speckled Fawns with a 1.5-inch spine, so 6 elastics, and she messaged me and I fell in love with this cute little planner, and so I bought it and I have it and I love it. Originally I was going to be using this. This is a Chic Sparrow Creme Brulee. I knew when I was going to go back to a traveler's notebook that I really wanted another creme, because I used to have one in personal size. If you've been following me for a while, then you probably know that. But if you have ever seen, what's her name? Oh crap. She's like a boho, like that's her style. Oh crap, I can't remember her name. There's a lady on Instagram, she's German actually, I believe. And anyway, she had this chocolate creme that she always shares on Instagram, and it's super wrinkly, and I just have been obsessed with it ever since I saw it. So when I knew I was gonna get another creme, because that's my favorite leather that Chic Sparrow has, I knew it had to be really wrinkly, and so this one is. It has the name Crystal on it, and I tried to like rub it out as much as I could. It's really stuck in there, which is good for people that have inscriptions on their traveler's notebook. You know it's not going to wear away, but for me it's kind of a bummer. But unfortunately, it only has 4 elastics, and I really needed more than that, and I didn't realize how many I would actually need. So my notebook insert, like all of the inserts I'm using, did not fit in here at all. So I can't use this right now, but I'm definitely keeping it because it's so pretty. So with that being said, we'll talk about my Speckled Fawns now, which is why I got the 1.5 inch spine. And I actually was worried because I've had a Speckled Fawns before, and my personal size one that I had felt really thick to me. Just the weight of the leather, I guess. But this one, and I'm not sure if it's just because of the leather itself being more pebbly, but it's not really as thick as the one I had for personal size was. And I don't know if maybe this is an older one or if they do things differently now, but I'm completely obsessed with this notebook. So I love the size and the pocket design, and I love that this is more smooth, and then underneath there's this really pretty like really textured leather. I love that. So that's one of my favorite things about Speckled Fawns, is just the rusticness of the leather, and it's just amazing. So this one has white stitching, and then I just have these dark brown elastics that I ordered from Foxy Fix. I just like the look of the elastic being darker. Plus, you don't have to worry about it getting dirty, right? So anyway, this charm right here is from the Opal Wild. I almost forgot. I kept wanting to say Boho Cottage, but that's not where it's from. So yeah, this is from the Opal Wild, and I love her charms. They are so pretty and so boho, and she honestly has all kinds of things for like people that like pink stuff or boho stuff or rustic stuff. It's just, I just love this charm. So inside, I don't have anything in, oh, if you could see, that would be nice. I don't have anything inside my pockets right now. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna put in them, but I really wanted to have the pockets just kind of to have the choice. Like if I want something in there, I can put it in there, and I don't think Speckled Fawns even makes these without the pockets anyway, so there's that. And then this is just a piece of art that I cut out of the Art Journal magazine. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I purchased it, so I really liked a few of the pieces in there, so they're in here. This deer clip is from the Planner Society, and then this is just a bow I bought at Hobby Lobby or something. I do have this Foxy Fix dashboard in the front, and I've really been coming into like what my style is and what I like. And I've discovered that, well, I've always known that I like vintage things, but for me it's always been a pretty basic color palette. And so I really like to combine like vintage pieces with modern things or color, just to give it a little bit of like a pop and things. Because just the like neutral tones, I don't really like it that much, but when I add in a little bit of extra, it makes me happy. So, and then, oh, this is a Foxy Fix secretarial dashboard. I ordered it off the buy sell trade group, but I kind of hate it, so I'm probably gonna replace it eventually. This is my monthly calendar. It's from the 1407 planners, and I just covered the front of it with some scrapbook paper. I was gonna do a collage, but it just turned out to be like a lot of work to do a collage on every single one of my inserts, so I just kind of left it how it is. But yeah, this just is where I do all my forward planning, and then I have my spread for April set up, and just making sure that you can see it. Yeah, and it's just pretty basic. I mean, there's not a ton of room to use like a bunch of washi and stuff in these inserts, but that's okay with me. And then I just have the whole year in here, obviously, and the back of that dashboard. And I typed these out on some craft paper with my typewriter, these two little things. And then this is just a die cut that I have. And then I did this collage on the front of my weekly notebook. I keep saying I'm really sorry. I've really been enjoying the black and white mixed with items that are colorful, and like I'll show you. This insert I don't have in my planner right now, but this is what I'm going to be using after I have the baby and I start breastfeeding. This is from the, oh, what is she? Mama Rowe. She does Toasty Craft Room, I believe is the name of her shop. And anyway, so what it is a day on 2 pages. So you have 24 hours on one side, and there's 2 spots and then just a blank side. And I know it's going to be really useful for when I'm breastfeeding, like when I breastfed, which side, and things like that. So I'm really, really excited to use this. But this cover is probably my favorite cover I've ever done. It has the really pretty floral in the background, and then this is from Tim Holtz. I just glued it on there with the black and white washi tape. I just think it's so, so pretty. So this is like more my style and what I've been doing lately, and I really love it. It makes me super happy. So yeah, that's kind of what I did here too. I love this washi tape, so I just put it on this notebook as well. This is also from Toasty Craft Room, and this is my weekly inserts I've been using. I really like having the week on one side and then the tracker, a to-do list, and this little box here on the other side. I don't really need all the room that I used to have because I stay at home now. I work from home. So having just like a place where I can put appointments and then somewhere to put general to-do items and then tracking like things I need to get done around the house has been really useful. This was last week, and then this is this week. I tried to do watercolor on this paper and it did not work out, so I glued a couple of pages together because it soaked through. But it's okay. So yeah, that's what I'm using for my weekly planning. And then this is a folder I made myself with just some paper from Hobby Lobby. And then some vintage music sheet paper. It's actually a double pocket folder. And then I just have some cards in here from a little craft fair we went to recently. This notebook is my collections notebook. And then I just have my favorite little bow on here that I've had forever. And yeah, like I said, this is just where I keep collections of things. I put my commonplace book on here. That's basically what a collections insert is. I feel like you just put, you know, notes, lyrics, songs, anything that you're like thinking in here, things you want to look up. So anyway, I got the mild liners, and so I just swatched them out and numbered them so I can remember which ones they are. And I have a little wish list thing here for art supplies that I want, a quotes page that I want to fill out with quotes that I like from Pinterest, and I have info about cloth diapering because we want to try it with our baby just to save some money, and how to meal plan or how to make meals without a meal plan, quick meal ideas, our meal staples. I have more stuff about cloth diapers, plants that I want to buy for our house. I really have been into plants lately, and I just want to kind of create like an indoor jungle in our apartment. It just makes me happy to have like that natural stuff inside. So oh, I organized everything in our cabinets with mason jars that are the wide lid, and it's been really convenient. So anyway, this was just when I was preparing for that. This is questions from my doctor, and then these are some small groups at my church, and then the rest is just blank because I haven't filled it out yet. This is the back of that pocket I made. This is my art journal, so I'll probably come back to this at the end of this video and talk a lot more about my art journal and what's been going on there. But I've been doing a lot of different things than what I usually do, and experimenting a lot and just creating things that I never would have thought I could create, and I've really been loving it. So I guess I have a lot to say about it, but I will come back later and talk about it because I don't want to take up people's time if they aren't interested in it. So if you are, stick around after I finish the flip through and then you can see what I'm talking about. But I just covered it with some paper scraps. I used to have a journal that I did this with a long time ago, and I loved it, so I just took the same piece and I put it on here, and it makes me really happy. This dashboard is from the 1407 planners, and this is just more collaging that I did. And then in the back, I just put a couple of little die cuts. Well, this one only has one, but in the back of each of my dashboards, there's just a little die cut. And then this is the insert that I just use for our meal and grocery shopping. It's really convenient to have the meal plan on one side and the grocery shopping on the other. So this is from the 1407 planners as well as this recipes one. I haven't used this one at all yet, but I look up a lot of recipes on Pinterest, and it's just really convenient to have this little booklet where I can write them down quickly and then transfer them into like recipe cards later if I want or something like that. So those are both here, and then this is the back of the dashboard. And then in the back here, this last notebook is my budget notebook, and this I just used to keep track. I mostly wanted it to keep track of our debt and the things that we're paying off. We only have a little bit of debt, but I have been working towards paying off things that like credit cards and just small things that we need to take care of. So I wanted to keep track of that, and then it's just a really nice insert to have to keep track of like some savings that you're doing, expenses that you have besides your usual bills. So I've really liked this insert a lot, and it's helped me stay organized like as our family grows and changes and things like that. And that's the back. And then this is just my little tie guy that I keep in here. I love him so much. I think I want him on the bottom actually. But yeah, so that's my planner. I don't know where to put him. Maybe right there. And I've really been loving this setup. It's been super useful for me and helpful, and I really enjoyed being back in a traveler's notebook again. And this size is amazing. If you've never tried field notes, I highly recommend it, because it's just like the perfect size, and this guy is chubby and like the perfect amount of chubby, and he fits right in my hand, and I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to my art journal. So what I was saying about my art journal is that I have been trying to be more artistic for ever since I started planning like a year or two ago, and it's been really hard. And I think a lot of people can relate, because you feel like you see these amazing artists on Instagram and on YouTube, like Ali Brown, Little Raven Ink, just people in the community that we really look up to, or that are, you know, that are popular, and you just see their art and you just think like, wow, how do they even do that? And I think, you know, a lot of times we put ourselves in this box where you can't do something because it's not going to be perfect enough, or you're going to mess up. And it's really hard to get out of that box. And so finally I got this notebook and I got this planner, and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do my thing. And if I like something, or if I dislike something that I made, like if I really hate it that much, I'll just cover it up. Like I have gesso and stuff like that. So I just started with this front page, and I experimented with some watercoloring. Another thing too that makes a difference is the type of things that you're using. So previously I only had really cheap watercolors, and they have this really chalky texture that I cannot handle. And I'm really sorry if you can hear my dog eating in the background, by the way. So I bought the Jane Davenport watercolors, and not only did it make a huge difference with the texture of it, but just like the beauty that the watercolors create. Like I kind of just like I really like to do wet on wet, so I get the page really wet first, and then I just like kind of gently place the watercolors around, and they just spread out on their own and create these beautiful textures. Like, this is my favorite spot. Isn't that pretty? So anyway, I don't know, this is just an example of what I've been doing, and just letting myself like stop worrying about it, just doing things, and like doing something is better than nothing. So like, even if I had just done this box here with the art journal in it, like that's enough, I feel like, to get your creative juices going. Like, you don't have to use watercolors, you know, you can draw things, but I just love the way the watercolors look, which is why I use them. So, or like this page, I'll show you. I didn't even use any watercolors here. I just did like a couple of pictures I found on Pinterest, and then some doodling around the edges. And honestly, this is one of my favorite pages just because it's so pretty. And I make sure that your pictures are not like for sale. Make sure that they're like okay to be used, first of all. But yeah. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do it a certain way. And that's something that's really hard to understand, I guess, or get through your head, you know, because it's like something you hear all the time from all of these big artists, but it's not really something that you, at least I had a hard time understanding. And so once I just started to like relax and honestly just get out of my own head, like, I don't know, I just started doing random things. Like, what color do I like right now? Oh, that pink is pretty. Okay, I'm just going to smear some of that here. And then what do I think would look nice with that? Oh, some of this blue is pretty, so I'm just going to smear some of that on there as well. And honestly, that's how I go about it. I just like, what am I feeling like looks nice right now? You know, and I just do it. I just do random things. Like, okay, so this page I really hate, but I was curious about these colors and I experimented with them, and I mean, I don't hate it as much now as I did when I first did it, but I definitely don't like it that much. And then this one, I just experimented with like dripping stuff down the page, and instead of journaling on it, I just did this pretty quote and then some doodles on the bottom. And like I said, I've really been obsessed with the black and white with the color, and so like doing the stripes, it's like something that Little Raven ink does, and that I really like incorporating into my journals in my own way, but also with like wildflowers and things like that. This is just some random like stuff I did that I really actually think is super pretty. This page started off like I hated it at first, because I tried to do just the edges, and then I thought it looked so stupid. So then I went back and I just added more things. And that's the thing, is like, if you hate something that much, just leave it and then come back later and then fix it later. Like, you can do something, you know, after the fact. You don't have to like hate something forever. Like, you can fix it. You can make it better, trust me. And so, you know, just figuring out, what do you enjoy doing? What makes you happy? And that's just the important part. So, I don't know, that's just something I wanted to say because I've been really enjoying doing this more artistic stuff. And it's just been really freeing. And it's hard to like see people struggling like I did, you know. So, yeah. Like this page, I love this page so much. Makes me so happy. And then these, like, just practicing with florals, and I don't really like how they turned out, so I'm gonna like do something else in here and make it something that I like to look at. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit about art journaling and what I've been doing with my journal in general. I used to use big like leather notebooks, but something else that really helped me was just going down to this little tiny notebook to journal in, like giving myself only a certain amount of space and filling that space. So that's my little tidbit about my art journal. I hope that you like this setup. It's really just been freeing to me, taking time to figure out what I actually enjoy having in my planner, as opposed to what is popular, I guess. And like sometimes I get sucked into with like stickers or like all the things that everyone else likes, and I'm like, well, that is pretty, but like it's not something that makes me happy or like brings me joy each day that I like to see. So just focusing on things that I actually love personally and that bring me joy has really helped me with planner peace and being happy where I'm at. So yeah, I will let you guys go now. I hope you like this flip through. Please like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be putting out more videos now that I'm feeling better and that I've actually started planning again. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye!